What's up, guys? How's everybody doing out there? Just got into my hotspot here on Saturday. I won't be driving tomorrow since the Steeler opener game is on at 1 o'clock. So on days when the Steeler game is on, at those times I don't drive. So I'll be taking a break tomorrow, and I've got a bunch of stuff to do tomorrow. I'm going to be setting up more of a home network for everything in our home, and then I got some other things. I got to take my wife first, her Jeep, first thing in the morning over to get an oil change near me at this place, and then I'm going to come back and set up the home network, which shouldn't take me real long. I'm going to get 2 routers and 2 extenders and get the routers on the same network, and get everything straightened out that way. And as you all know, I'm also a content creator, have a YouTube channel, so welcome back to my channel. And going to get everything straightened out for those computers, and our TV's upstairs, and got Wi-Fi already on one router, but got an extra router from Verizon, from Fios, and I got 2 extenders yesterday, and I'm going to turn the whole place into a network, a bigger network, and so that we don't lose signal or drop any signal or drop any connection anywhere in our whole place. So I'm going to be setting that up in the morning, and but I need to get some more video up on my content, and content up on my channel, and so I may be doing a live cast tomorrow, or a live video tomorrow, live stream something, and so watch out for that. Anyhow, all the way up till now, so I got today. I won't be driving tomorrow. I won't be driving till Monday, so I'm looking for a really good day on Uber Eats. Haven't signed up for DoorDash. Didn't schedule today, but it's possible we'll get on there later. The DoorDash, I got to be honest with you, all week has just been total garbage, total crap. And they just keep dropping my acceptance rate, and I don't really care. As long as I get some good trips out of it, and I get some good fares out of it, and I get some whatever, and I'm making money, I don't care. But I had it running yesterday alongside of Uber Eats, and I had the bulk of my trips on Uber Eats yesterday. DoorDash was just one garbage trip after another, garbage fares, high mileage, and didn't get anything on DoorDash yesterday at all. It's just been a horrible week all week, guys. I'm not understanding it in my market area, and here is the thing with DoorDash. From the beginning of summer on, DoorDash was oversaturated. My market areas always seem to be very oversaturated. But here's the thing with that, guys. A lot of those college students have gone back to school. A lot of the high school kids up to 18 have gone back to school. And summer slowdown, I believe, was over a number of weeks ago. And so, like 2 or 3 weekends ago, I had a super good weekend from Thursday all the way in through the following Monday. And then when I got to the Tuesday after that Monday, it just boom, it declined again, and it's been like that for a number of weeks now. So it's not been real big time here on Uber Eats or DoorDash. And when I can, I'm even trying to get Walmart Sparks, because we have a Sam Club over here that I can pick up from, and Walmart's only like 10-12 minutes from here. So looking to get real super busy today here, and since I won't be here tomorrow, and I'm really looking. I got a goal set. I'm hoping to get 100, and I'm hoping when I set out every day, I set a goal, guys, and I set a goal yesterday for 125, 135, and I didn't get close to that even. So I think we made 60 some on Uber Eats yesterday. Made nothing on DoorDash. And then it got after the lunch rush yesterday on Uber Eats, and boom, Uber Eats started smoking up my phone with literal garbage. I mean, high mileage, low fares, and There were fares in there for even 15 some, but they were going 27, 28 miles. I'm like, what's up with this? Here's one now, 12.2 miles on Uber Eats, paying $4.17. I don't think so. It's just not happening, guys. Not on my shift. I don't do those. That is a waste of time. It's a waste of gas. And there's literally nothing in it for you. You're making $4.17. That's somebody who's getting something for nothing. And you're the one getting the nothing. So, be smart, be wise, get yourself a good, decent trip. Sit there, be patient. I haven't been in the hotspot too long, and I'm just going to see if I can grab me a great trip. And I'm going to go take it, and I'm going to keep trying to get those kind of trips. Get one now. 753 for 89 miles. So no. So you got to look at the dollar to mile ratio, guys. You got to be smart about this. And here we go again. 5.9 miles for $3.99. What the hell? $3.99. What? It's like Uber's advertising something on sale. Get it here now, $3.99. Take it 6 miles for you. It's not going to be me. So, no. Then on top of it yesterday, guys, I'm doing Uber Eats, and I'm on here trying to get orders. I'm trying to get trip requests. I'm trying to get decent trips, decent mileage, good tips. And Uber Eats is sending me notifications up the top of my screen. David, get 40% off when you order this. Get 40%. Hey, chill out. I'm trying to make money. I'm not trying to spend money right now. I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to bank your money. I'm not trying to give you the money out of my bank. So, get real, Uber. And not that me and my wife don't order Uber Eats or DoorDash from time to time, but come on, chill out with that one. I'm trying out here to really gig hustle and do my thing, and so that's about it up to now. So I've set out here again this morning, just pulled into my hotspot, and I'm attempting to get a real busy day here on Uber Eats. We'll see after if we can get on DoorDash. We may be able to cherry pick some good trips out of that, but they got my acceptance rate so low now, and even though I said I don't care about it, I really don't, as long as I can keep getting those. You got to blame these gig apps, guys, because they even if you had your acceptance rate up here like I have many times, they're trying to get you down here by sending all that bullshit in and hoping that you'll take some of it, and by not taking it, that's what knocks your acceptance rate down. And I don't know anybody in their right mind going to take that, because you've got high mileage here, you've got low fares here, so you got high mileage, low fares, virtually no tip, and the thing that it really gets me about DoorDash is that they claim that they guarantee 100% of your tips. Well, that's so, guys. But here's the thing: if there was never a tip in there to begin with, what's really guaranteed? Nothing, because you're not getting nothing. You're not getting no tip. So consistently, I make more money on Uber Eats, hands down. And 9 times out of 10, I'm always getting a tip afterwards or an hour later. And like yesterday, delivered one. About an hour later, I was on another trip. Congratulations, David, you just got a $12.50 tip. So, thank you to whoever that customer was, because I appreciate you. And I can't tell you how many times on one hand that ever happened to me on DoorDash. That just doesn't happen. That's unseen on DoorDash. And usually what you see is what you get. And sometimes you don't even get that, because if the customer tip baits you or pulls the tip out, then you're just getting that fare. So what's guaranteed, guys? There's really no 100% guarantee when you're doing gig apps. So you just got to hope you did the right thing, accommodated the customer in every way, communicated with the customer, tried to do the right thing. And even when you do the right thing, guys, that's how it's always those ones that get bit, and that's me, because that's the way that I bring customer service, by accommodating the customer, communicating with the customer. not fooling around. As soon as they get an order, boom, right to the restaurant, right from the restaurant to the customer. So sometimes I got 2 and 3 orders in here, guys. I've had an Uber Eats, 2 DoorDash. I've had 2 Uber Eats, 1 DoorDash. I've had 3 Uber Eats. I've had 2 DoorDash. So, you know, customers don't understand, and you really got to get it across to them that you're trying to accommodate them, and just being nice is a way to do that, but that doesn't always pay off. The other thing, guys, is that you have to adapt. And just as human beings in this world, you have to learn how to adapt as you grow into adulthood, when you're living your life, when you're going about your life. Adapting is a key element in life. And if you're able to adapt and roll with the changes, then things will go a lot smoother for you than, say, somebody who falls apart every time there's a change, every time something is different. We have to accept change, guys. Sometimes, and most times, change is good. Change is for the better. Think about it in your mind. Make a change for the better. And when you apply adapting and change for the better to Uber Eats and DoorDash, make sure you're taking advantage of all the opportunities. Don't be afraid to get your Plus card out and do a shop and pay. In fact, this weekend, until Monday, Uber Eats is running. If you do 5 shop and pay orders with your shop and pay card, your Plus card, that you're going to earn an extra $30. They say switch up your routine by shopping in store and earn extra cash for a limited time. Just complete 5 shop and pay orders by September 11th. Well, I do a number of those shop and pays, and I got to tell you guys, 9 times out of 10, they pay me well, and I do them rather quickly. All kinds of places: Target, Rite Aid, CVS, Walgreens, Office Depot, PetSmart, Petco, just to name some, guys. So, and I also do them with the red card on DoorDash. And but I have to say that the ones on Uber Eats pay me consistently more. I have done good with some of the red card orders, but the Plus cards are generally better for me, and I will do the red card orders, but I'm just saying that the Plus card orders are generally better for me, and the tips afterwards are really nice. And so I always like the tips afterwards on Uber Eats, delivering food, or delivering a prescription, or delivering a Plus card order, or anything like that. So adapt and make a change for the better, and grab those orders. Grab the red card orders, the Plus orders, and do the shop and pays. And yeah, it's just adapting is a key element. If you're able to adapt, and things will go a lot smoother for you. If you can't adapt, then you're probably not meant to do these gig apps, because this isn't for everybody working in the gig economy. You have to like being out here. You have to like driving. You have to know that you're going to have ups and downs and ins and outs and traffic and construction and all the other things that can distract you and take you away from being who you are and what you're about. And it's not always how you do something, it's what you do, it's how you do it. So we're getting a Walgreens for out on Salzburg Road. It's 12.2 miles, and it's only paying $11.03, so still below the threshold of the dollar a mile ratio. And when you see some of these trips like I was viewing yesterday, it was total insanity, guys. 5 something for 13 miles, 6 something for 15 miles, and then all of a sudden, boom, I get a $17.50 for 3.4 miles. Then I get a $12.50 tip on top of it. So that's what I'm talking about, guys. You got to really always be alert and pay attention to what's coming up on your screen. And at times, Uber Eats will blow your phone up. They'll really smoke your phone up. Ping, 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 one after the other, after the other, after the other. And this can go on for like 20 into 25 minutes. So it can get very nerve-wracking when you're driving, and you have to be quick. And if you're declining them as they're coming in because you see how crappy they are, $4 for 9 miles and $7 for 15 miles, and guys, that can get pretty distracting. And also, that is another reason why you need to adapt. And have a good day. Guy I know that works right over here in TGIFs that I talk to all the time. Real nice guy. And he must come in real early because he always leaves about this time, and he heads home. So that's nice. He must come in real early, and he's done with his day now. So good for him. And so again, adapting is going to take you far if you do it in a right manner. And remember, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And so if you are prone to adjusting and handling things in a positive manner, then you will adapt in the gig economy. You will adapt to all the changes on the apps, and you will adapt when things aren't good, or things aren't always going to be good on the gig apps. And you can come many days and there'll just be tons of trips where you can't just get a trip because they're all garbage trips, and you wouldn't make nothing on none of the trips. Then you can come other days where very few trips come up on the app, and the trips aren't coming easy. But then you'll come other days where boom, Uber Eats will just keep pumping out those good trips to you, and they're all the trips you would normally take, and you roll with it through the course of the day, through 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 hours, and really make a killing. And that is what I was used to at one time. And of course, the base rate on Uber Eats and the trip supplement was a lot better. And so I was making a killing every day, and was making well over 700, 800 in a week's time on Uber Eats, doing 78, 88, 98 trips. So yeah, you come other days, you might have a trip, and then you end up back in the hotspot. You get another trip, you end back up in the hotspot. Then you're waiting, and then boom, it's time to go again. How are you going to adapt? Are you going to just say to hell with it and call it quits? Or are you going to sit there and wait it out and be patient and say, I know I'm going to get another good trip? And so you pull back into the hotspot and you wait a good while, and boom, there you go. And then you take and pick that up and deliver it, and you get a stacked order. Bam! Again, you got 2 good trips. You got a great fare, you got great mileage, and on top of it, you got more of a tip than you ever thought you were going to get. And so somehow you piece the day together and put it together and still seem to come up making something decent. And that is a plus. That is the makings of a person who will adapt in the gig economy. That trip there, guys, was 9.5 miles for $5.03. Here we go again. 7.9 miles for $5.65. We're going to get a trip here, guys. We're just not taking any old trip, because you got to remember, there's not money in those trips. Those are trips if you were just going to take a trip. But when you're not making money on those trips and you're spending more in gas than what that was even worth, how did you make anything? You got to think, guys. You got to be wise, and you got to be smart. Pay attention to detail. I'm here to help you learn. I'm here to help you stay in the loop and keep you in the loop for everything you need to know. And if you listen to me, you will learn. This is mainly for the newer drivers, or anyone new that's watching my YouTube channel, doing any gig app. And I've been doing this over 4 years, and for those of you who don't know me, my name's Dave Beckett, Renegade Gig Hustler. Welcome to my channel. And I'm making this video. I got my dash cam, got my body cam, and I'm making this video on my body cam, the police body cam, the Bob Lowe B4K2, and I'm here to point you in the right direction, to not let you down and to help you learn. No one taught me when I came out here and started doing this over 4 years ago. I picked up all the pieces and just started rolling with it. My first day, I didn't even know was going to be my first day. I was out here in Monroeville just running around doing some things, and I needed to get some things done. And I rolled by 5 Guys up on the highway here, and I just, for the heck of it, was scrolling through my phone at the red light. I was looking for another app, and I think my Spotify app, and I saw my Uber Eats app, and I stuck it on. And as soon as it came on, boom, there was a trip. It was for 5 Guys. So I pulled into the turning lane, and I went in and got it. And I took it, and I made like almost 20 bucks on that trip. 11 trips later, guys, and then I finally went home. I kept rolling through a series of trips all day long. And then I went home, guys, and guess what? Between that and all the tips and everything else, I made $152. So that's what I'm talking about, guys. That was my first day over 4 years ago when I didn't even know I was doing Uber Eats. And guess what? I came up big. Had a big day. And my wife messaged me from work, seeing how I was doing, what's going on, what's up with you. And I says, oh, nothing, doing Uber Eats. She said, really? I said, yeah, I didn't even know I was doing it. I said, I'm on my 6th trip or 7th trip. And this was like in a matter of not too many hours. And real crap trip here, guys. I came and it's painful to talk about. But I says, yeah, I says, I'm going to keep with it until, I'm just going to keep going with it. And finally, she came home from work, and I was already home, and told her. She said, what'd you do? I said, $152. I says, this is what I'm doing. So I was back at it the next day. I made a killing on it the next day. In fact, the following week, or weeks later, it was just on a Wednesday, and it was a number of weeks later, and I went out, and just in one day, guys, I made $250 on doing Uber Eats alone. I wasn't multi-apping. I wasn't doing anything else. I just knew it was for me, guys. And I've been out here almost every day since. So it's just, I've seen the best of Uber Eats. I've seen the worst. DoorDash also. And I'm talking all the gig apps that I've done, and I've done them all. And I've been on a list now waiting to do Flex, so I'm waiting to hear about that. I have the app downloaded on my phone, so eventually I'll do some Flex. They're opening a new distribution center that they built for Amazon, not far from me, up in Norfolk Sales they built it. And as soon as that opens, it's going to get boosted in our area, and I'm hoping to do Flex and get packages right out of that facility. So and I'll still do Uber Eats, I'll still do DoorDash, I'll still do Walmart Spark, and with Walmart Spark I pick up packages and everything from the Walmart up here and over here at the Sam's Club. So just haven't been lucky with the Walmart Spark lately, and I'm really looking, guys, for as long as I've done Uber Eats and DoorDash, I know things will get better. I've seen it at its worst, and and eventually it did pick up again. The thing that I miss on Uber Eats is all the promotions and everything. You get a lot of those in the beginning when you first start doing it, and the longer you do Uber Eats, the more you don't see those. And then all you see every now and then is those little piddly ones. Do 3 trips, get $3 extra. But I used to do big promotions where, David, do 10 trips and get $320. And then I'd nail it. I'd kill it every time. And then they'd say, do 5 more trips for $180. I'd get them. And I'd stay out killing these promotions week after week after week until they just went away and you didn't see them no more. So just know, guys, that it's not easy to just come out here. It isn't for everyone, and you have to adapt first off to be able to come out here to do it. And the longer you're on these apps, the more you don't see those kind of things. So you've got to accept and adapt to the fact that, okay, I'm getting flooded with garbage trips right now. $2, $3, $4 trips going 8, 9, 10, 11 miles. Stay patient. Sit there. Be vigilant. Watch the app, and boom, there's your lucky break. You just got one for, or you got a stacked order for $18 going 3.4 miles or 3.5 miles, and on top of it you got yourself a fantastic tip. And so you got to keep rolling with it, guys. And so you've got to really think about things when you're out here. And the number one priority always when you're out here is safety first for you. So, excuse me, take time to think about what you're doing. Pay attention to detail. And another thing, guys, when you're picking up, pay attention to the customer's notes on the app. If they say to leave it at a side door, leave it at the side door. If they say to leave it in the chair or on a table, make sure you do. And don't leave it at a different door. Don't leave it at the garage door. If they tell you to meet me at the door at a business, or you can message the customer ahead of time, hey, can you meet me outside? I'm pulling up. 9 times out of 10 they will. Now, a lot of times I have to take food into a business. I have to go on an elevator. I have to go upstairs. I have to locate the person. Take the time to do that. If they tell you, no, I can't come outside, I'm busy right now, then accommodate that person. That could mean the difference of a tip for you and what really matters. So pay attention to detail. Pay attention to what you have to do. Be willing to go the extra mile. That could mean the difference between a tip or not. Or it could mean the difference of maybe more than a tip than you were already set up to get. So pay attention to those notes. Sometimes you won't be able to find a customer. Sometimes a customer will have it on the note. You're pulling up to business. I'll meet you at the door. But they're not at the door. Then you have to take time to call them. But when you go to call them, you find their phone's disconnected. I run into that often. Then you're finding parking, or you're pulling over in order to take that into them. And so what looks like it could be bad can turn into something good, because then they say thank you for coming in. It said on your note that you'd meet me by the door, and the front door, and I'm sorry, I got busy. Is it okay if I tip you a little more on the app, or maybe to hand you some cash? I get cash tips at times too, guys. I get tipped on cash sometimes and on the app at the same time. I had a customer the other day on Uber Eats that tipped me $5 on there, but handed me a $5 bill when I got there. So I ended up with that $10 tip plus what I got on the expected fare with the tip. So a lot of different scenarios there for you to think about. And don't be sloppy in the way that you do something. There's a right way and a wrong way to do something. It's not always what you do, it's how you do it that's going to make the difference between you and the customer. And here's the other thing, guys. Now that summer slowdown has ended, kids are back to school. college students are back to college. So, in essence of everything, people are back to work, and the hustle and bustle of everything is sometimes a bit too much for some people. And what happens is, you may see a lot of those shop and pay orders come up on Uber Eats, or a lot of those red card orders come up on DoorDash. And so the people were at home and they're caught up in the hustle and bustle with the kids and figuring out how they're going to do this. They've got football games and basketball games to go to, and they say, well, we need this food, we need this order, we need these personals, let's pay someone to do it. And so they order on Uber Eats to do a shop and pay, or on DoorDash to do a red card order, and we bring them the convenience. Don't be afraid to do those shopping orders. I do them rather quickly at Target, all over the place, and they appreciate it, and the tips are very rewarding. So I've had some fantastic tips here on Uber Eats. $20 tips, $25 tips, $30 tips, $39 tips, $40 tips, and it's been fantastic at times. That's not all the time, but it is at times, in intervals of, so I've done really well that way. So don't be afraid to grab those orders. Or sometimes you'll go to a restaurant and like the other day I was at Chipotle and they messaged me, hey, can you do us a favor? Can you grab us extra napkins and sour cream? And so yes, go that extra mile. Ask them for some sour cream. Ask them for extra napkins. And that was a matter of a difference of a tip for me. Because I did that, I got me another $10 tip on top of what they were already tipping me. So they came to the door and told me, we appreciate you. Thank you. We tipped you more. Thank you. So think about all those things, guys. They will make big differences in your life in the gig economy and doing the gig apps you do. There are slews of gig apps out here that everybody is doing, and the most common are Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, Walmart Spark, Instacart. So be wise, be smart, think, be safe. Moving on, I'm going to talk to you about the fact that it takes me hours and hours and hours to run my YouTube channel. And when I'm out here every day trying to do my work in the gig economy. And if I get busy days in a row, it leaves me little to no time when I get home to put hours in on my YouTube channel. And I apologize for the fact that I haven't been able to keep a regular schedule on my YouTube channel. And that's going to change. And after I get this whole network set up tomorrow that I'm working on, and then you're going to be able to see new videos 2, 3, 4 times a week. And you're also going to get new lives, you're going to get new streams, and you're going to get live Q&As. And I'm going to try and do a Q&A at least once a week, where you will get a notification, be able to come in a chat box, and you'll be able to talk to me and ask me anything. So that's what a live Q&A is. A live video is either me just doing a live or having a guest on. I send them an invite code and ask another gig driver if they want to be a guest on my channel. So that is also going to happen. And a live is just me, and a stream is from another source, which I stream over to my YouTube so I can upload it to my channel. Now, it takes hours for me just to assemble a video and put a timeline together and do my transitions in between clips, and download JPEG files and JPGs and GIF files and put those into the clips. And then also it can take 40 to 45 minutes to an hour for me just to make up a thumbnail. And a thumbnail is the first thing you see on YouTube before you actually get to the video. It introduces the video and kind of tries to make that video appealing and to you guys as an audience. So thanks for bearing with me on my channel. My channel is growing slowly but surely, and I appreciate all you guys out there for subscribing to my channel and hanging with me. So I'm letting you know that is the plans upcoming for my YouTube channel, and things are going to get a lot more interesting. Things are going to get a lot more my videos and everything, and my content on YouTube is going to get very interesting real quick. So just know that and bear with me on it, and you're going to see that things are going to really be a big difference on my YouTube channel for the better. And that is because I'm adapting to what I need it to be. And just the banner alone on my YouTube page, it took me a very long time to make that. And then I had to get that over to the branding section of YouTube Studio so I could publish it up onto my main part of my page for my YouTube channel. Us content creators work within YouTube Studio to do all the changes and all the things we need to do. And then I work with another program, a piece of software on my computer that is a editor. And even though you can do that in YouTube Studio, I like this other program I have. And I like to work with Cyberlink Power Director. And so I have the latest version of that, which you can do everything in. And I make my thumbnails in that. I've made thumbnails in Canva, but I own this piece of software. In Canva, you can only use so many times. So Power Director is fantastic, and I make my thumbnails in it. I create my thumbnails in it. I create my whole video content. I import JPEG files, JPG files, GIF files, you name it. Anything that I want to put in my video, I import into the Power Director from another source, and it lets me drag and drop those into certain sections of my timeline as I'm creating a video to assemble a video. And then when I got it all fully done, guys, it lets me go to another section and export it. And then I export it, let it know that I want to upload it over to YouTube. And then what it does, it produces it. It assembles it all. It puts it all together. And that is time consuming. It can take, depending on the size of the video, close to an hour, over an hour, or into a couple hours just to get it over to YouTube. And then once I get it into YouTube, I have to go in and I have to manage the video, and then I have to make sure I go into another section where I'm editing it into YouTube to make sure all my subtitles are in it, and all my descriptions are right, and all my tags are right, and everything. So without saying any more about that, I think you get the gist of it. It's just very time consuming. So thanks for bearing with me on all that. And I appreciate all you guys out there for hanging with me and being all a part of helping me grow my YouTube channel. So, with all that being said, now you know what's going on and what to look for with my channel. And for anybody out there who's new, if you're new to my channel and you like my content, please consider hitting the subscribe button, hit the like button, and while you're at it, hit the alert bell, and you won't miss any new videos I do. When I do live Q&As, when I do a live video, when I do a live with a guest, or when I stream a video over from, say, OBS Studio over to YouTube, or over to YouTube Studio, then you'll get a notification. Anytime I do something new, you'll get a notification. And if you want to join me in the live Q&A, you'll get a notification. And all you have to do, it'll tell you that Dave's going live on a Q&A, for instance, Tuesday at 4 o'clock. You get on there, 3 something, and just hang around, and it'll all load you all into the chat box. You're going to click join, and it'll load you into the chat box. And then at 4 o'clock, boom, I go live. And then you're all in the chat box waiting, and I'll go in there and start talking to you. You can type into the box and ask me anything. We can talk about anything. Just remember, everything is meant to be upbeat, motivational, and positive, always. So nobody will be on there bashing anybody or making fun of anything, or we don't deal with that on there. So I don't put up with that, and everybody will treat each other with respect. So I'm just making that clear. If you're choosing to come on, that is how it will be. So anyhow, guys, it is getting about 11:54 here, and we're almost into an hour on the lunch rush. As you all know, the lunch rush usually lasts from about 11 to 2 o'clock on Uber Eats and DoorDash. DoorDash is set up a little differently on the app, and has a lot of differences than Uber Eats, even though it's very similar. DoorDash is set up in zones, where Uber Eats, you can go anywhere and do it anytime, anywhere, for as long as you want, for as little as you want. On DoorDash, the dash now light you have to have the dash now on there first, or you have to have had scheduled, and then you're in zones. Like, I'm in the Monroeville zone. So if I go up to North Versailles, then I'm in the Versailles McKeesport zone. So it's broken up into zones, and Uber Eats is constantly on, no matter what area, wherever you go. I could go all the way down on the other side of Pittsburgh, and I'm still on. I can go all the way out here on the other side of Monroeville, I'm still on. Just to give you an example of what that's like. So, still being patient here, and really not a lot happening now on Uber Eats, but as we get in, a lot of people are sleeping in today. College football will be on, and high school football games will be going on, and that makes a boost for Uber Eats, DoorDash, and all these gig apps. And that's a fact. So I'm going to look over at my DoorDash app now and see where we're at and what's going on. And it's asking me if I want to dash now. It's saying it's busy, so why not? We're going to go on there. It's only let me on there to 1:30. It's saying I can dash up to 1:30. Now, they've really messed with my acceptance rate here on DoorDash, and it seems to always be something with them. But we'll see if we can get a number of good trips on there today, and that'll boost my acceptance rate again. So we're going to see where we're at with that. We got Uber Eats running, we got DoorDash running, and we're going to multi-app. So I don't recommend it for anybody new, multi-apping. Get the gist of the apps, guys. Get the apps down. And don't be one of those ones out there holding your phone. Get a car mount, a phone mount like I have. Mine is the iAudi 5 Touch. And don't be afraid. Okay, we're getting a DoorDash, but it is a crap garbage trip, because it's paying $5.25 and it's going 9.4 miles. So don't be one of those ones out there driving around in all this traffic and everything else, construction and traffic, and trying to get your order to the customer hanging onto your phone. Get yourself a mount. My phone's up there the whole time I'm doing this, except for when I go into the restaurant to pick up, or when I'm going for my drop-off, because I got to document details on the order, and I got to get pictures that the food and or whatever was delivered. I did a previous video about my body cam, my dash cam, my phone, my iAudi 5 Touch phone mount, and my Veloce charger that I got down here. these are all accessories you need to do gig hustling. You need a good body cam of some sort. You need a good dash cam or a GoPro. And you need whatever you need to do it. And get yourself a phone mount. I highly recommend it, guys. Don't be one of those ones hanging onto your phone. I don't recommend it. It's not safe. So I couldn't do that. I have to have a phone mount. And I bought one of these also back several years ago for my wife too, a couple years ago. I got them both at Target, but I put the Amazon link on there for them, and they're even cheaper now. So there's all kinds to choose from. And if you look at my accessory and a video before that, I got links on there, and I got constant links. If you go to the About on my YouTube page, you'll see links for all these things, guys. So getting a trip now for $10.01 on Uber Eats, but it's way up on the other side of the construction right now, and so I'm gonna still hang here for a little while to see if I can get maybe something on this end. And I'm trying to avoid running back and forth through the road construction here on 22, which is going to be turning into a 2-year project. PennDOT is doing on William Penn Highway in Monroeville here, and they're working down by the bridge now, and I think I may have retail pickup. Oh, never mind. It's way too far. Way out on the other side of 286, which I go a lot. But if it was paying a little more, I'd take this DoorDash here. So I'm reading the details, guys. Getting a trip request on Uber Eats. It's only $4.66 for 7.1 mile. And so I think that's pretty much everything, guys, in a nutshell. And I'm going to sit here and try and snag some good trips, and I'm going to try and get rolling here, and as soon as I do, then I'll be back at you. But anyhow, I thank you all for being with me, and I hope you all have a great day. Again, it's Dave, Renegade Gig Hustler. Take care.